KVC, I'm finally back to make an update. This is gonna be a couple part video here to just show my hauls from the past month or so. I'm just gonna do it, you know, a little bit at a time because I've probably acquired about 150 records. So I'm gonna do it a little bit at a time and show different things. Not all of it's like the best, like, you know, stuff that everybody's gonna be wanting to look at. It's lots of country and oldies and stuff, but I'm sure you guys will enjoy. So right now we're playing a little bit of The Who, later pressing, but still awesome. So let's start it off here with old Hank Williams, Sing Me a Blues Song on the MGM. Most of these were $1, 50 cents, or I'll tell you all the prices. Here's an interesting one, an oldie on Decca here. I just love that label. It was really cheap and I thought I'd try it out. It's not too bad. Here's a Johnny Mathis compilation. Next up is a little bit of the Sandpipers. I don't know, it's cheap enough. Here's couple Goodwill finds. This is Johnny Paycheck, 1975. A little bit of country there. Freddie Fender, of course, his classic album. Next up we have an album, Sonny James with Young Love. Capitol. This was sweet to find at Goodwill. It's all taped up and everything, but for $1, this is the Marvelettes' greatest hits on Motown. The record's not in bad shape. It's Canadian pressing. And Shrink, Glenn Campbell, Hey Little One on Capitol. Neil Sedaka album from the 70s, I think. Thought I'd try it out for $1. Here's just a top copy of Engelbert's Man Without Love. Top copy right there. Here's an awesome Dean Martin deluxe box set here on Capitol. I was excited to find this. It's really old and I really enjoy the songs, so that was good to find. It's in good shape. Most of these in here were $1 also. So the greatest hits of the Four Seasons on REO. So that's a nice one. George Thorogood and the Destroyers. We all know that. A little bit of Hank Snow. I got lots of him this trip. Here's Sonny James' greatest hits. Most of these were like thrift store finds. I didn't go to any record stores this vacation. I went out in British Columbia here in Canada, right on the ocean there. So another one from Sonny James on Capitol. Most of this stuff I'm gonna say is, most of it's country, but you know, you don't know what could all be in here. Here's just country compilation on Capitol, so that's cool. I'm just gonna go through one crate of the stuff that I have here. Who's doing this one? Santana. That's a nice gatefold. I think go this way, yeah. It's a cool one. A little bit of Joe Jackson. Next up, we have 10 Years After. Pretty good shape. Here's a Grand Funk album that was really in minty shape. 1969 to 71. Show you the label here. I found most of these at this one antique store, and I just bought a shitload of records there, so I made the guy a deal. This is in like mint condition here, so it's a good album overall. I don't usually see this album out there. I'll show you the gatefold in a sec. Here's the gatefold. Next up we have Dean Martin, of course. These were like 50 cents. Billy J. Kramer. You know, I really don't remember, you know, what the prices were on these, but they weren't expensive. Hank Lachlan, Country. Here's a weird Nat King Cole. I think it's like a bootleg thing. It's the Nat King Cole Trio. It's a live performance. It seems pretty old. I mean, it was intriguing to find that, and I don't know, for about 50 cents. Hey Dolly, I already have it, but picked it up again. Tony Basil with Hey Mickey. Here was a blind buy for me. I don't know. Not really liking that one. Well, I kind of do. Haven't really had the chance to spin much of these, but a little bit of Charlie Pride. Here's was one of my best finds for 50 cents. Cover's in really good shape, except for the size, a little rough there. But this is Badfinger on the Apple label. It's a first pressing, and look at how nice a shape that album's in on Apple. So that was, I don't find albums like that randomly at some antique store for cheap, so it was very fun to find something like that. So yeah, I still have so many more records to show, but I won't get through them all in this video. The Firm, Paul McCartney, Band on the Run. You know, I'm not the hugest Beatles fan, but this album's classic, and it was an early pressing and in great shape, so you know, a little bit of that once in a while is I can handle that. Here's Stompin' Tom Connage with the Tragedy Trail. Great Canadian songwriter. Next up, we got Deep Purple, Made in Japan. A little bit of Paul Anka on the RCA Victor label. This was a sweet find for $1. Elvis, Aloha from Hawaii. This is a very first Canadian pressing on the Dynaflex orange in mint shape. That cool gatefold, of course. So that's a great addition to the Elvis collection for sure. Moody Blues, Days of Future Past. You know, we all seen that before. Hank Snow's Greatest Hits. James Taylor. Here's an album by the Hondells on Mercury. Thought that was pretty cool. Steve Martin. Of course, we know who he is, and we're almost done this box here. I mean, I got some 45s and a million tapes too, but you know that takes a while to show, so I'll just go through these through the LPs here. Charlie Pride. I probably almost have all the Charlie Pride albums now. I just went crazy for $1. The Eagles Live. I mean, cover's dirty here and not in the greatest shape, but I've always wanted that album, and it was the right price at the right time, so grabbed it. Merle Haggard. This one is, who's doing this? Oh yeah, Joe Cocker. Yeah, Joe Cocker. It's a later one by him, but still pretty good. Oh, this was a great find, the Everly Brothers. I love this album so much on quality. Split at the bottom, but it was so cheap, and the album's in beautiful shape. I love that classic Everly Brothers sound. It's very, very amazing listen. Here's a band that I came across that I'm really enjoying, the Average White Band. I got a few of their albums here. Another one by them. Of course, I always pick this up when I see it for cheap. I love this, one of my favorite albums of all time, Gunfighter Ballads, Marty Robbins, of course. This is the Columbia 6i. There we go. Next up, we got an album here from Buck Owens. Great Charlie Pride first pressing. That's a good one. Hank Snow. Here's just a cool Mercury compilation of some different artists, big boppers on here, and 50s stuff, so it's always nice to hear. For cheap and beautiful shape, Fair and Young. Next up, we got a promo-only Hank Williams Jr. LP here in minty shape. That was awesome to find. It's a great album. I really enjoy it. Simon and Garfunkel, of course, we know that one. Their album from the Average White Band. Marshall Tucker Band and Shrink. Sweet one. Here's a really great album. I really love this one. Jimmy Rogers, Train Whistle Blues. The RCA Victor label. Great shapes, just some old music there. Average White Band Live. This was weird. I mean, this was 50 cents. So it's The Doors' Strange Days. This is like a homemade cover. I mean, the record isn't bad. It's a original pressing, but you know, something like this, when I see it for 50 cents, interesting, you know, that somebody did this with their record cover. I mean, I don't know why you do that, but anyways, and last up here, this one. I'm just thinking what else I have to show here. Well, I got a shitload of CDs too, but you know, I don't know. But I will get to the next box another day. Just wanted to check in and say that I'm still around in the VC, still watching videos and stuff. I'm just back from my vacation now, just relaxing and listening to some great records. So there should be another update very soon, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and everyone take care.